everybody, Mark, aka The Nerdy Punk, back again tonight for a new video. Hope you all are having a great night. I hope you're having a great Thanksgiving week. We're heading into the Thanksgiving holiday here in the United States for 2021, so I hope you all have an incredible Thanksgiving if you celebrate that, and a happy holiday season as we move into this time of the year. Tonight, what I want to do is I want to give you one of my last Criterion videos for the year. So I'm going to give you my second full haul from the Barnes & Noble 50% off sale for November. And this is going to be my last major haul of the year. Do not plan on buying any more Criterion the rest of the year until probably the next flash sale sometime next year is when will be the next time I pick up new titles. So I have, I think, around 7 or 8 titles to show you here tonight. And then I have one more title coming in the mail, and I will do an unboxing for that. It's the Citizen Kane 4K Blu-ray set, and I will do an unboxing for that when it comes in the mail. It actually came out today. Today is November 23rd, which is the street date for that release, but it's not in my hands, so I can't show you today. But I will do a standalone video for that since it is a new release, and it's a major release. It's one of Criterion's first 4Ks. It's one of the best films of all time, so I absolutely had to have it, and I will give you guys a look at the packaging and stuff on that when it gets to me. So let's go ahead and get into my first title for tonight. First up we have here is The Damned. Very recent release from Criterion. This is from 1969, spine number 1098. This was released, I believe, in October of this year. And when it was released, I really didn't know much about it. But since it's been released and throughout the month of November, I started reading more about this film, and it made it a must-buy for me for this sale. So this is directed by Luchino Visconti, who I believe is an Italian filmmaker, but the film is in English and German. And I'm not exactly sure if it's predominantly English with a little bit German, or if it's predominantly German with a little bit English. I don't know. I'm assuming the former. I'm assuming that it's majority English based on what I've heard, but not 100% sure. This is a film about a wealthy family in Germany in the early 1930s and their support for the Nazi Party. So I'm incredibly interested in this. There's a lot of historical references with the setting, of course, of this film. I've heard it's very, very shocking in terms of the material that is presented. And so after hearing some fellow YouTubers' thoughts and hearing, about the plot, I had to pick this one up. So very excited to dive into this one. Since it's such a recent release, I might even do a video if I really like the film. I may do a standalone video just for this one. Next up, another one I discovered through a YouTuber. We have Valerie and Her Week of Wonders. This is from 1970, spine number 761. This is in Czech with English subtitles, so a Czech film. Maybe my first Czech film. Not sure if I've ever seen a film from the Czech Republic. So incredibly interested in this one. Again, I heard great things from a YouTuber. Can't remember who it is offhand, or else I'd give them a shout out, but I watch tons of Criterion Collection recommendation videos, especially in the months of July and November when we have the 50% off sales. So I heard someone really highly recommend this. The plot sounded very interesting. It's basically a girl who is approaching, puberty, and she has her period, of course, and there's a lot of supernatural elements that are kind of woven into this story, and so it sounded very interesting. It's also a very short film. It's only 76 minutes, so I'm interested to see how pacing kind of works in this movie. So, interested to definitely dive into this one. Next one I picked up, this is a new filmmaker for me, somebody who's held in high regard by many film fans that I have never explored yet. This is Stalker by Andrei Tarkovsky. This is my first Tarkovsky film. Tarkovsky, considered by many to be one of the best filmmakers of all time. So I'm finally going to dive into some Tarkovsky. This is from 1979, spine number 888. Heard great things, obviously heard great things about all of his films. Most of them are in the Criterion Collection. Great Russian filmmaker. I've heard a lot of, kind of interesting opinion on him that he's very difficult to figure out initially. And this movie in particular, I've heard there's lots of symbolism and kind of mind-bending story arcs. So excited for this one for sure. Next one, I actually picked up another box set, but it's one of these small box sets that Criterion puts out where there's just like a couple movies. In this case, there's 3 movies. It's basically 3 of their individual releases put into one set. This is the Andre Gregory and Wallace Shawn 3-film box set. It comes with My Dinner with Andre, Vanya on 42nd Street, and A Master Builder, which are 3 films featuring Andre Gregory and Wallace Shawn. I've heard amazing things, particularly about My Dinner with Andre, and how unique of a film that is, and how philosophical that film is. And so I do really want to dive into that. One of the main reasons why I picked this up is because of hearing about that film, but also I have known of Wallace Shawn for several years because of his advocacy and his speaking out in favor of like progressive politics in the United States. And so I think he's a fantastic voice for that. And so I really admired him from that and wanted to always check out his films. I think I've seen him act in a handful of movies, but really excited to see something where he's like one of the features of the film itself. There's a look at the 3 individual discs. These are just basically the regular standard releases of these individual films. So they have their own individual spine number. We have My Dinner with Andre is spine 479. Vanya on 42nd Street, spine number 599. And then A Master Builder is spine number 762. And then you have the back of the set there. And the spine, which does not have its own spine number. The box set does not have a spine number. It's just the individual releases themselves. So pretty cool box set. Picked it up for $50 because it was on the half price sale, of course. Next title to show you, I picked up The Graduate, starring Dustin Hoffman. I actually haven't seen this movie. This is actually one of the most easily accessible films in the Criterion Collection. It's got a lot of crossover appeal, but for whatever reason, I just never watched it. Obviously, it was before my time, but it was never one of the classic films I got around to seeing. This is spine number, this is released in 1969. Spine number 800 for The Graduate. So, of course, the famous, I believe Mrs. Robinson, the song by, Simon and Garfunkel. I believe that was written for this movie, and there's, of course, part of the story arc is Dustin Hoffman being a recent college student. I believe recent high school graduate falls in love with this older woman, and that's part of the storyline, but I've heard it's a great kind of statement on youth and rebellion and that kind of thing, and kind of finding yourself coming of age movie, so definitely interested in this one. Next one. So actually I'm going to save this one for last because I'm super excited about this one. The next one here that I have for you is called The Lure. This is from 2015, spine number 896. This is a Polish film, in Polish with English subtitles. You can tell by that cover. This movie's weird. It definitely looks very weird. It sounds very weird. It's a horror musical with that cover. So you can expect like kind of what is going to happen in this movie. I'm very excited for this. I've heard very little about it, but what I have heard sounds so intriguing and so interesting. I feel like it's a film I just have to see. And so I picked it up. This is, let's see. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Anyway, very excited to dive into this and check this out. Alright, this is the last one. This is what I was also super excited for. I did hear about this movie from a specific YouTuber that I do remember their name, Cinema Dave, from Cinema Dave Media. He has a YouTube channel where he talks a lot about not only Criterion but other films. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description for him. If you haven't subscribed to him, he is a fantastic YouTuber. I watch pretty much all of his videos and love his recommendations. And so I believe this was his haul video, he also picked this up, or he recommended it, can't remember which. But anyway, this is Afterlife by Hirokazu Koreeda? I'm going to say that that's how you pronounce the name. Not 100% sure, but look at his signature. He does it in Japanese. That is fantastic. I love that signature. Anyway, this is from 1998. Spy number 1089, another recent release. The plot sounds so intriguing. It's basically you take people who have recently passed away and they're sent to this kind of purgatory-esque place, and they have to pick one memory from their life that they would love to have preserved forever. And so I can only imagine the philosophical kind of rabbit holes that this film will explore, and I am absolutely down for that. So Afterlife is my final pickup. Alright, so these are the titles that I picked up here for my second full haul from the Barnes & Noble 50% off sale for November of 2021. Like I said, this is the last set of titles that I'm going to be picking up for the sale. I've already spent way too much money this November. Go ahead and let me know in the comments down below if you guys participated in the sale or are still planning on participating. I believe you have another 5 days or so to pick up titles. I think Cyber Monday, which is next Monday, is when the sale ends. So definitely, if you're interested, hit that up as soon as possible. Again, let me know what you're picking up, what you have picked up, or what you're super excited about in the comments below. Talk to you guys later. Have a great night.